All right, let's check in with Haley Wooden with Business in Vancouver. And BlackBerry is just the latest company to get into this driverless car market. Tell us a little bit more about their plan.
Their plan today involves the unveiling of a new autonomous vehicle research hub. This takes the form of an expanded facility in Ottawa for its subsidiary company, QNX. Now, at one point in time, QNX developed the operating system software for BlackBerry phones. It's since shifted away to really looking at the software that would allow a car to drive itself. Now, BlackBerry is really making a push into what is a competitive space, but it's making some headway. It's one of 3 companies that has received clearance to actually test self-driving cars on public roads in Ontario. It's already partnered with Ford to test its Lincoln vehicles. And according to the head of QNX, the company is already in talks with more than just 1 or 2 major global automakers to find out how they can maybe partner around self-driving vehicles. The one thing to note about BlackBerry, it has a much more financially constrained budget than other players, say like Tesla or Apple. So it's really looking to focus on developing the software that would connect, say, sensors and cameras to a hub that would essentially allow a car to drive itself, rather than focusing on building a car or AI.
Interesting. Well, they certainly will have a lot of competitors even when they get to market on that. I want to also talk about Apple today. They're taking the European Commission to court over taxes.
They are, and it's a very big tax bill, precedent-setting, really. Earlier this year, the European Commission ruled that Apple owed around 13 billion euros in unpaid taxes. Now, Apple registers all of its international non-U.S. revenue through Ireland, and the Commission charged that Ireland gave the tech company a preferred tax rate, and it's not supposed to do it. Now, it is important to note that Ireland has disputed these claims, and Apple plans to take the European Commission to court in order to dispute the tax bill. Now, some of the claims that Apple's making is that the European Commission, in its investigation, didn't actually listen to tax experts, that it ignored established corporate law. It's also saying that it's sort of funny that given that Apple doesn't engineer anything in Ireland, it doesn't develop any intellectual property in that country, that it would be asked to pay so much more in taxes. Now, of course, it's much more complicated than that. Apple also charging that it's quite a political situation, that the European Commission is chasing headlines. We'll see how far that goes. It certainly is generating a lot of headlines.
Certainly is. All right. Haley, thanks so much for sharing those with us.